Hello, folks. Glad y'all could be with me today. Uh, I just done this because I don't know what's going to happen Friday. My computer crashed twice on me, and never got back on the last time. I had to restore it to work when it come out of the factory. But anyhow, um, we got it running, and I hope you're all having a good day. Me, I'm doing fine. Brother-in-law is doing fine. He's walking quite a bit now and getting around a lot better than he was. We've come up with some little things to work on his shin bone that keeps from getting sore, and of course that's just a matter of time to let it be where it won't get sore anymore. And we got some pads to go on it, so just takes a little while. I hope the election went the way everybody wanted it to, uh, or at least I hope you're uh, accepting it, whichever way it went. And I think things is already going to, the way things are going, he's nominated some good people to be his attorney general and his czar for the border. And it's going to turn things around pretty quick. And I hope the weather's been nice where you're at. We're going to get some snow tomorrow here. First time this year, I guess, that I've seen been able to see any. I see we got somebody on there. Uh, hey, Jonah, glad to have you back, buddy. Um, Long time no see. The 5 o'clock things on Friday didn't go too well. It seemed like everything that I went to do on Friday, either my computer was crashed, which it crashed twice, and uh, I can't remember where it was crashed the time before that or not. There was something come up, and I couldn't be here, but we got it today. We'll try to do it again Friday if everything's all right Friday. But I just wanted to go ahead and get on today and have one today and talk with everybody. Uh, oh, but my brother-in-law was doing good, and it's I ain't seen a woolly worm this year, and I always use the woolly worms to kind of tell how the weather is going to be during the winter. And so I'm really don't know how it's going to be. You getting ready to head to the gym? Well, Jonah, don't work out too hard now. Uh, Pull any muscles or anything, but I got my gym here in the house. Yeah, I got my inversion table right behind me, and I got my uh, total gym right behind me there. You see the black part sticking up, and I usually kept them in my living room, but that's where Larry's at. So while he's here, we'll leave it in the bedroom and won't be using it till I can do anything when I told Jim Car I can't do free weights on it, but I don't do free weights anyhow. I'm past that point. I just do dumbbells and total gym. I stay in pretty good shape. But I hope everybody's uh, enjoying the weather. We've had nice weather for it to be fall weather. We've had rain the last 2 or 3 days here, but hey, we hadn't had none for about 4 weeks, amount to anything. And I hope my sound is coming good through to you. Um, I'm just kind of rambling on here, but I don't know if I can turn that sound up any by doing that or not. But anyhow, uh, I know if I look at where I'm talking, I'm out of whack. I got a 2 second delay, but you probably don't see it on your end. Uh, Good. Glad it is. And um, did have y'all had any snow where you're at, Jonah? Oh, okay. Well, uh, you know, I seen it snow in Alabama and Mississippi. I wasn't in Louisiana at any time uh, it snowed, but I seen when I was down in Mississippi. What's the name of that base down there? Oh, I can't think of it right now. And I seen it snow in Georgia when I was down there uh, at Georgia, and oh, I seen snow in Fort Sill. Of course, Oklahoma gets a lot of snow anyhow, considering how more south it is than us. But I don't mind the snow. I don't mind the cold weather. I can always get warm, but I can't always get cool. I've seen a time when I take off everything I had on and get arrested and still be hot. But I can deal with this cold. Have you seen any woolly worms down there, Jonah, this year? I have not seen one woolly worm up here, and it's in my area. The woolly worms, how much brown and how much brown they had on them, and how much they didn't have, and where it was at, could pretty well tell you how many snows was going to have. It's just a little old caterpillar about that long, and it's black and brown and blonde. And sometimes, if you see one all blonde, you're going to have a warm winter, no snow at all, hardly. If you see a little black on the end of it, a little black on the other end, and blonde or brown in the middle, it means it's going to be snowy in November and snowy in February, but not nothing in between, hardly. And it I've never seen a year that it didn't hold pretty much true to what it said. But they're just a little fuzzy caterpillar, and all people's used them for years to predict the weather it was going to have. Now, it don't have a whole lot to do with the temperature, but whether or not you get snow or ice. But just a little old caterpillar. I don't know what kind of a butterfly they make, but there's going to be very few of them because I haven't seen one woolly worm all year, and I don't know what that means. It means it could be that we're going to have such a bad winter, they don't know even what to turn. But old timers has used it for years. Well, it could be. And, we had a lot of no rain temperatures, so they might have made their uh, cocoons early, and the butterfly that they make. I don't know which one they make, but and they got it done a lot quicker and was gone by the time the winter got here. I don't know how it works, but it works. And it could be that it's too cold. Of course, this is the first cool day that we've really had. I don't think we've had but one little frost, and that didn't amount to anything. And this is the coolest day, and tomorrow will be the coolest day we've had this year. I think it's supposed to be down 31 tomorrow, which is just right for a good wet snow. Has the deer season opened up down there where you're at, Jonah? Yeah, I guess it is compared to where you're at. I guess it'd be pretty cool. I better reloading shells and stuff. I done a little YouTube on reloading 243 shells the other day. I don't know what happened. Uh, the first 3 to 5 minutes is gone. Uh, it only ended up being about 15 minutes long, and I had it right at 21 minutes, I think. But something happened; it got cut out somewhere or another. But that's life. I'm glad you did. Uh, I wasn't doing it to give a lesson or anything. Of course, I have gave lessons on hunting, but not on YouTube. On reloading, but not on YouTube. Uh, the uh, uh, Fish and Game Club had me down and do a lesson on it a couple of times. Well, it used to be cheaper to make your own, but now you'll probably, if you, it's actually probably about 2 or 3 cents more, cost more to do it, to do your own, than 6 or 7 cents a shell if I already had my brass. And but now it costs you about probably 3 cents more to reload one, unless you're using a cheap powder and cheap bullets. But I don't use cheap bullets and stuff. And so I can't see that it's any cheaper at all. And in fact, it probably costs close to a nickel more, but you get accuracy. And that's what I'm after. And by the time you buy your equipment, the equipment I've had for, since back in the 60s. And yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun to make them, and yeah, you get a lot of gratification out of getting uh, a quarter-inch group at 100 yards, and I won't take less than a 3/8 group as far as my being satisfied. I'll keep refining it. Do I get a 3/8 group? But oh, I've loaded thousands and thousands of shells. I shot competition for the military, and we went all over the United States and different places in the overseas and stuff, shooting tournaments. And the uh, well, to practice with, I had to have my own bullets. Uh, the military furnished the match grade ammunition that we used in the tournaments, and always had to zero for it. But uh, my reloads were just quite a bit better than what the match grade best grouping I ever got was probably a half inch at 100 yards, because uh, they call them match grade, but I don't think they're any more matched than anything, because uh, I weigh every uh, bullet after I put everything together. If they don't all weigh the same, I redo them. Well, I can pull that bullet out and redo it and put repowder back in it. But I want no less than a 3/8 or no more than a 3/8 group at 100 yards. Well, I hunt too. I hunt deer. I don't do it like I used to. I used to go all the time, but I could have went this year because I felt great. I felt great even when I had cancer, but uh, I had to take cancer treatments every day when I started the uh, oh, the it's radiation. What I was trying to think of. When I was taking the radiation treatments, I took it every day. But now when I was taking just the liquid IVs, uh, I felt good when I was taking that. It didn't make me sick or anything. And I went hunting a little bit while I was taking that. But once I started taking the radiation, I had to take it every day until I got it all done. And it just got me out of hunting going. Well, they make us. I had to zero in. Let's see, right here on this side. They made a mask for my side of my head and my face, and then they marked it, lines on it and everything. And when they put me under the unit to give me the radiation, they put that mask on me, and it fit flush. And of course, I couldn't move what time they was doing it, and they'd put that on there, and they'd click the button, and they'd leave it there so long, and then they'd take it off and wait. I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, and then they do it again, and they do that about 5 times, and then I'd be done till the next day. And but they only done it 5 days a week. But when they done that, uh, they didn't want you going out on the weekends and getting too much sun or getting too hyperactive or anything because uh, they didn't know how it would react really. Because I got up to where I was taking 4 doses of liquid at a time, but I couldn't do that with radiation. But they really didn't know how it was going to act on me because of the way the radiation, the intravenous stuff acted for me. Because they found out real quick I was a different bird than most people. I didn't feel pain or anything like that. So, what kind of cancer did I had? I had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I don't know, Jonah, if that was caused by Agent Orange or if I got it from Roundup. I used a lot of Roundup after I retired from the military, and I don't know really which one caused it. Uh, I quit. I knew that I wasn't going to get no treatments from VA because they tried to wait till everybody passed away that was in contact with it, but I kind of outlived it. And but most of the people are dead that got in contact with it. And but I'm in on that uh, class action lawsuit they got against Roundup, and uh, the doctor seemed to think it was a Roundup rather than the Agent Orange. So I ain't going to complain either way. And I was screened for the Agent Orange back in uh, 78 or 79, I believe it was, and it didn't show up anything at all. And it didn't show up until I retired in '93, and I didn't get any showing up with it until 2010. And they said I'd had it about 2 years when they found it. And so anyhow, it is what it is, and looks like I've been in remission for, well, when I got done taking my radiation, I was already in remission before that, but uh, I haven't had no problem with it since. Of course, it can show itself up back tomorrow, and they said if it did, it'd probably be so fast that you couldn't do nothing with it. But I don't care, one way or the other. Good Lord ain't going to take me till it's time, so uh, it's just the way it is. Roundup is a weed killer, and Agent Orange is a weed killer also. Of course, Agent Orange will kill trees, and they could spray it on an evening, afternoon over in Vietnam, and you wake up the next morning and the leaves are already turning uh, brown on the trees. It works that fast. Roundup takes about 4 or 5 days for it to start working. But that's all it is. It's a weed killer with detergent in it so it'll stick onto the leaves, and it goes and kills it out at the roots. It goes in fast. But yeah, I used it on the farm when I got out of the military, cleaning fence rows out because uh, it was the old family farm, and the fence rows have got pitiful because I could only go up there and do anything when it was I was in on leave or anything like that until I come out and finished up in the National Guard, and then I could work on it. But uh, it it probably done its number on me. But when they detected I had it, they told me that they found on July 4th, the week of the July 4th on 2010 is when I found I had it, and they told me not to look for Christmas. That it, and when they found out it was in my bone marrow that I'd actually had it about 2 years, they said there's no way that we can eradicate it, but we'll do our best. But when that medicine that killed most people when they took it, they called it Widowmaker. I can't remember what the name of it was. Can't say it. But uh, they said that 50% of the people took it died from the medicine itself, and that's the reason they called it Widowmaker. But every time I took it, it made me feel good as I was taking it. I told my doctor, I said, why don't we just try 2 doses at a time? She said, you want to? I said, yeah. I said, it don't make me sick or anything. And I worked up where I was taking 4 doses at a time and shortened the amount of time that I had to take it. And it did its number because I really didn't have very one little highlight when I started taking that radiation, right where I had it to start with, right in there. And well, yeah, right here. I'm looking at myself backwards. And one little highlight, and it was gone before I even started the radiation, basically. But it's rough on most people. And I don't know why it didn't affect me like it did most people. But I don't feel pain, and that's different than most people. Of course, I'm not worried about it because I ain't got a pain more in the world, and that's the way to your last few years should be. So you don't have to do anything. Yeah, it is, buddy. I agree with you. It's crazy as hell. But see, okay, Jonah. I enjoyed talking with you. And of course, I done most of the talking, but I guess that's what I'm here for. Ain't it? But hopefully, I'll get to do this again Friday, and I'll talk to you later. You have a good night to Jim, buddy, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, buddy. Have a good one. Now, everybody, somebody ought to be out there could take the place of Jonah, uh, drain the swamp, or maybe David. Come on there and we can talk a little bit. Um, but I'd like to get a few more prescriptions if you are looking at any of my stories or anything this week. Uh, Try to sign up and give me a couple of prescriptions. And of course, I know you can't give me but one, but just figure of speech. And uh, it it takes a whole long time to get a whole bunch of. I finally made up to 103, and uh, somebody said that was good for no longer than I've been doing it. I don't know. I don't think it's too good myself, but I'll take their word for it. And I just going to get in here for 45 minutes to an hour. So if anybody else can get in there, well, hop on and talk to us, Drain the Swamp, David, that lady from Australia, wherever her she was at. But we can talk about anything. Don't make no difference. And like I say, we're going to have some snow here tomorrow, which is good. We need some. And I never complain about a little snow because I don't have to get out in it. And of course, I don't want nobody to have accidents or anything, but they come along with the snow anyhow. And but I think Trump's cabinet is going to be pretty good to start off with. Borders are he's done his job already, and uh, Attorney General he's going to be a good one. But we'll just have to wait and see. I just saw on the news today that they got documents and stuff that showed that Biden was trying to start World War III so it would be in effect when Trump took office. But somehow or another, they got a hold of the either a whistleblower or the documents. Uh, I don't know if it's true or not. I hope he didn't do something like that. But they're saying he's going to be impeached by Friday. Now, we'll wait and see. I'm not saying that it's the truth. We just have to wait and see. And if he did do that, he ought to be hung by the neck, in my opinion. But I'd like to see a couple more get on here with us. It's hard here and sit here and talk to yourself, but of course I can do it. I just pretend there's a bunch of soldiers out there, and I'm talking to them. Of course, you know, since I retired in '93, uh, soldiers has gone in and signed up and got their 20 years in and retired while I've been retired. That's hard to fathom. I don't. I've been able to enjoy just about every bit of my retirement, and I even got so bored I went back to at an auto parts place and worked for a few weeks just to have something to do. And but in fact, I've done that twice. I opened up an advance store for worked there for about a year, I guess, something like that. And then later on, went back and worked at an O'Reilly's for a while. But you can anytime you worked on cars and know what you're talking about, you can get a job at auto parts because they ain't got that many that knows what they're talking about. Because you go in there, it's a youngster, 19, 20 years old, and maybe one older one. But of course, they're not dumb; they learn it quick. But it they like to have old codgers around that can uh, talk about it and know what he's talking about. But don't look like we're going to get anybody else on here, and I don't want to just take up the space and talk for nothing. And 30 minutes is long enough to give anybody time that wants to come across. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Appreciate Noah or Jonah coming in and talking with me. And I'll uh, I'll go ahead and tell you that I'll see you on the next one. God bless you, and He will if you let Him. So y'all have a good day, and we'll see you hopefully on Friday. And have a good day. Bye bye.